word on the street is GM is about to build a new small block V8. Now, most people know that GM's had some issues with their V8 offerings these last few years, most likely parts from distributors. Now, they have since fixed those issues. I believe after June or July of 2024, the trucks coming out of the factory had the new parts. But they did do a recall on 2024 model year pickups, and I believe maybe 2023 and 2022. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But it's no shocker to me now that GM is thinking about doing a new V8. Now, the 5.3s had some cam and lifter failures, and these engines do have the, is it DFM, dynamic fuel management? I always get active fuel management and dynamic fuel management mixed up on these engines, but yeah, it's DFM, which is the deactivation of cylinders. Hopefully we see that go away if they are looking to design a new V8 engine. Now, I'm going to read an article to you guys from GMauthority.com. They actually put this story out there that GM is actually working on a new V8, but the question is it going to be an internal combustion engine only? Is it going to be a twin turbo V8 possibly, which I would love to see, or is it going to be a PHEV, which is a plug-in hybrid? Let's see. Here's the title: 2027 Silverado Sierra engines. What will lineup look like? GM Authority has been following the development of GM's next generation full-size pickups for a while now, serving up a variety of exclusive information along the way. When it comes to the 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500 and 2027 GMC Sierra 1500, we've already covered the platform that will underpin the pickups, as well as vehicle launch timing. Now, we're taking another look at the upcoming full-sizers, this time exploring the possibilities of what may be cradled under the hood. First and foremost, GM has canceled plans to develop a new boosted 6-cylinder gasoline engine, as GM Authority exclusively reported in March of 2023. As covered previously, the General was originally slated to develop a twin-turboed 6-cylinder gasoline engine targeting around 500 horsepower, but ended up shelving the idea entirely. With a turbo 6-cylinder no longer on the table, there are still two obvious power plants that will surely return for the next generation Silverado and Sierra: the turbocharged 2.7 and the 3-liter turbo diesel, both of which have seen a good amount of success in GM's current full-size truck lineup. From there, customers will almost certainly be offered a new small block V8 engine. However, the question is, this one V8 or two? Currently, the light-duty Silverado and Sierra offer two V8 options, namely the naturally aspirated 5.3-liter gasoline engine and the naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8 gasoline engine. But which direction will the next-gen trucks head? Will two gasoline engines really be necessary? What sort of displacement can we expect? One direction may be a single V8 option, but in either pure ICE or PHEV trim, a move that could line up with GM's winning with simplicity strategy. The pure ICE V8 would provide improved fuel economy compared to the current lineup, whereas the PHEV variant would deliver more power and improved fuel economy, potentially replacing the higher displacement V8 option. If that is indeed the case, the next-gen truck engine lineup would include the turbocharged 2.7 for the base and mid-level options, followed by the Gen 6 small block V8 in pure ICE and PHEV trim, and finally the 3-liter diesel. Each of these 4 engine options would likely connect to the 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, I'll be the first to say it. I've always been shocked at GM continuing to have the 5.3 and the 6.2. I always thought that was kind of odd, especially with the 2.7 having 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you don't remember, the 5.3 has 355 horsepower, so it does have more horsepower compared to the 2.7, but it only has 383 pound-feet of torque, so that 2.7 just has more power in terms for like towing and stuff like that. But most people don't like the idea of a 2.7 or inline 4 turbocharged engine, so that's probably why they kept it around, for costs for some people. But now that GM was thinking about an additional V8, what would you guys like to see for like displacement? Obviously, I would like for them to stay as close to that 6-liter displacement as possible. But if potentially they could do a twin turbo setup, which is highly unlikely, they could go down to like a 5-liter V8, which would be really nice. Now, obviously, if they do plug-in hybrid, a smaller displacement engine would make sense too as well. You guys ready? Check this out. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Now that is part of the reason why most people want that V8, because when they get inside their pickup truck, their big old pickup truck, they want to be able to hear and feel that burly V8. Now obviously that's just part of the reason why people buy V8s. Some people like the simplicity of V8s. There's no turbocharger, so the idea of putting twin turbos on this would probably be a bad idea. Now, an EV or hybrid system with a V8, I'm okay with that option too. Ford is really the only, or I guess Ford and Toyota are the only trucks that offer hybrid systems for their pickups. But no one offers a V8 hybrid. So GM could be class leading in regards to that, because you get that sound and then you get that really good city MPG. Now, one thing you have to consider is this. GM does have the Corvette E-Ray. The E-Ray is basically the 6.2 liter with the electric motors and battery pack. That might be something GM does in the future. Now, will they carry over with the 6.2? That is the question that we'll have to wait and see on. But my hope for the next V8, obviously displacement is not as important if you have electric motors, but hey, if a 5-liter engine was made with the PHEV, that would be kind of cool. But if they did decide just to go internal combustion engine only, it would be nice for them to keep it at 6-liter or 6.2 displacement if they can, and add port injection with the direct injection. That's something that Ford does and Toyota does with their twin turbo V6. I believe that Ford has a port in direction for the Coyote 5.0 as well. I would also like to see dual intakes. That would be something that I would love to see on this engine. Obviously, weight is always going to be a factor that you have to look at with these trucks. So keeping with aluminum would be nice. I mean, aluminum has gotten better over the course of, you know, the years, or even doing a compacted graphite iron block, which is lighter than just iron or steel too. But the other thing would have to be, are they going to do updates with the 10-speed transmission? I know that they probably have done some updates to get it more reliable, because if you don't remember, Ford and GM do share their 10 speeds with these half-ton pickups, and I believe the SUVs as well, because they have the same transmission. But we'll have to wait and see what they're going to do. I would love to see just one V8 option. And I would like to see them continue to build the 5.3 liter for maybe the Colorado and Canyon mid-size pickups. I like the idea of the 2.7 liter. It does have a lot of torque and it does get those mid-size pickup trucks going. But it would be really nice to see GM move that 5.3 over to the Canyon and Colorado mid-size pickups. Keep this one with the one gas V8, and if they decide to just add a hybrid system to the truck with the gas V8, that would be cool too. Now, they do obviously have that 3-liter Duramax. Would it make more sense if you want to see something get great gas miles? Imagine a diesel getting, what, easily over 30 mpg in the city, because if you can get this thing off the line to about 30 miles an hour and then let that diesel kick in, that would be amazing. But again, diesels aren't really good for turning on and off, so I would still likely see the gas engine being the hybrid system that they use with that combination basically. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. I'm excited to see what GM's gonna do. They've been rocking with the 5.3 and the 6.2 for a long time. These engines have gotten little to no updates. They've only gotten new transmissions, different axle ratios out back, but nothing really to boost that V8 engine to make it better. As I said, you know, adding some, you know, more horsepower and torque is obviously something we all want to see, but doing it reliably, and then, like I said, making it port and direct injection, giving it the dual intakes, doing some updates internally, making sure the cam lifters are strong enough to withstand these engines and run 100, 200, 300,000 miles without any issues. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section, and what would you like to see with the new V8s? See you guys soon.